Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Ask Amity Show. And today we want to talk about the duties and liabilities of a personal representative in probate. So probate is basically a court petition that needs to be filed when someone passes and leaves assets that need to be distributed among heirs and they didn't have a trust. Maybe they had a will, but no trust. So probate is required for those cases. And when you're in probate, you need to have a personal representative appointed in order to handle some of the things that are personal to the deceased that the attorney obviously can't do and the court can't do. So we need a personal representative to help us get this information regarding the deceased and carry the probate case through. So what are their duties and liabilities? Jen, you want to start us off here?
Sure. So the first duty essentially is managing the estate's assets. As a personal representative, you have to manage the estate assets with care as a prudent person. You're dealing with someone else's property, so this means you should be cautious and you may not make any speculative investments.
Second thing is keep estate assets separate. So you must keep the money and property in this estate separate from anyone else's, including your own. When you open a bank account for the estate, the account name must indicate that it is the estate account and not your personal account. Never deposit estate funds in your personal account or otherwise commingle them with anyone else's property. Securities in the estate must also be held in the name that shows they are estate property and not your personal property.
And the next thing is that you have to have interest-bearing accounts and other investments. So except for checking accounts intended for ordinary administration expenses, estate accounts have to earn interest. So you may deposit estate funds in uninsured accounts in financial institutions, but you should consult with your attorney before making other type of investments.
There are other restrictions as well. There are many restrictions on your authority to deal with estate property. You should not spend any of the estate's money unless you have received permission from the court or have been advised to do so by your attorney. You may reimburse yourself for official court costs paid by you to the county clerk and for the premium on your bond. If the court has granted you non-intervention powers, you pay fees to yourself and your attorney. Your attorney can advise you on how payments should be made. You should consult with your attorney concerning the legal requirements affecting sales, leases, mortgages, and investments of estate property.
So the next overall duty of a personal representative in probate is inventory of estate property. One of the duties is locating the estate's properties. So you have to make certain attempt to locate and take possession of all of the decedent's property to be administered in the estate.
You also must arrange to have a professional appraiser determine the value of certain estate property. You will need to obtain the date of the death values of financial and brokerage accounts. Your attorney can advise you on how to do this.
And you'll also need to prepare an inventory and appraisal. Within 3 months after your appointment as a personal representative, you must prepare an inventory and appraisal of all assets in the estate.
You must also give notice to creditors. So it is advisable in most circumstances to mail a notice to creditors to each known or reasonably ascertainable creditor of the decedent within 4 months after your appointment as personal representative.
You should also determine if there is appropriate and adequate insurance covering the assets and risks of the estate. Maintain the insurance in force during the entire period of the administration.
The next big issue is record keeping. So keeping accounts is really important. You must keep complete and accurate records of each financial transaction affecting the estate. You will have to prepare an account of all money and property you have received, what you have spent, and the date of each transaction. You must describe in detail what you have left after the payment of expenses.
So your account may be reviewed by the court if requested by one of the heirs or beneficiaries. Save your receipts because the court may ask to review them. So essentially, these are the duties of a personal representative in probate. If there are any further questions and you would like to discuss in detail, feel free to contact us at Amity Law Group. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Talk to you again soon. Bye.